Whether you call it Bois d'Arc or Lake Bodark, I really don't care. I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. So this video here is gonna be a brief synopsis of how I feel, or my view, of Bodark Lake that just opened up in Texas. I fished it and I had some conversation about how I felt about the lake before I went to fish it. It was like I had already fished the lake, because it was just like I said. I'm not here as a guru that fishes. I'm no fishing guide. I'm not even a fisherman. I'm just a dude that catches fish. I call myself a dot chaser. I have electronics, whether it was before live scope or after live scope, and I just chase the dot on the screen. That's it. That's all that I do. Nothing special. To you guides on the lake, if you're gonna bass fish Bodark Lake, it's a good bass lake. I saw a bunch of bass, even caught several bass myself, just to see if they would bite crappie jigs, and they would. I want to say this so it comes out of my lips to your ears. Catchings from Crappie.com. Big shout out to you, big dog. Me and you had some back and forth on me telling you how I felt about the lake, and you told me that it was going to be a weird day because of all the rain that we got. You were absolutely correct. I'm glad that me and you did not make that bet because I did not catch a 1.75. You are absolutely correct. I'm glad I saved my gas money when it comes to you. The biggest fish that I caught for today was a 1.39. That was the largest fish. It teetered over into 13 inches and the fish had actually spawned out. So I did not catch even a 1.5 today. I caught 0 14-inch fish. This video is kind of going to be a no-win situation. When I tell the truth from my perspective, people are going to say it's a new lake. If I don't tell the truth and buy into the hype and people, look man, this lake is so confusing, I never want to fish it again. How about I say that? If you want to bass fish this lake, it's a good lake for you. This lake to me is a bunch of hype to sell real estate. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel about it, and I'm just straight 100 on my stuff. So I'm not here to hype you up. I thank all the people who made the drone videos and stuff like that. If you bass fish, I can see how you really are gonna enjoy this lake. But for people that's saying I'm gonna move to this lake to crappie guide, you're a fool, okay? At least right now you are, because yeah, this is not a crappie lake, homeboy. Maybe in 10 years or so, it might be. This is not a crappie lake. But what do I know? Again, I'm just a dot chaser. I'm gonna give you the review of what I did, how it came out. Rough day today, white capping like crazy. So if people got out on the lake Sunday, let's see, it is the 21st. If people got out Sunday the 21st on the lake, they can tell you the boat ramp was full. It was no place to park. And out of the 8 people I talked to, 11 was the most crappies that were caught. 11. And then the guy says, out of the one that caught 11, I caught 11, but I only kept 8. It was a rough day. Not a crappie lake. But what do I know? Here you go. I don't know. Call this calm or not. This ain't calm, baby. This is rough. It's a white guy. So you might think, you know, what does he know? What is he talking about? This is what I said about this lake before I came out here to fish it to see what it's like, right? I'm finna show you something. This is what I'm talking about on Bois. It's gonna be a decent place. Well, it's a good place for bass. But when it comes to crappie, this lake is so new. Watch this. This is the shallow end of the lake. And if you see, I'm in 13 foot of water. This timber has an ability for fish to go all the way back inside of it. If that's the case, those fish could have a whole nother life and never ever come out to the main lake, okay? So the majority of the lake has timber on it that's gonna be bushy. This ain't the bushy timber that's under the water. There's no stand-up stick timber yet. So it's man, I've seen tons of bass. You can see bass swimming around everywhere. But for crappie, I haven't even ran across any crappie yet. I tried the pillars, but what you got right now is that water back there is so deep that those fish could be all the way up in there. It could be a 5-pound crappie back up in there. That water is 14, 20 foot deep. It's gonna be hard to get in there and get them. Only time is gonna tell. All right, you see this right here? This is the timber line. That timber line is so thick that it's at least 16 foot deep, okay? 16 to 15 foot deep. The fish are inside at the bottom on the timber line. I gotta get out of the timber, hold on. I'm gonna turn this around for you. The fish are in the trees, and that is 30 something feet inside. So you might catch a couple on the outside, but these fish are 26 feet inside of that. Those fish got a whole nother life to live, and they never got to come out of that. You see that right there? That's crappie. That's crappie right there on that tree. Okay, that's crappie. But that tree is 20 feet up in there. 20 feet inside of that. You're not getting them fish. Those fish never have to come out of this habitat because that water is still 16 to 14 foot deep back there. They don't have to come out. They can choose to come out, but they don't have to come out. You're gonna have to work something out to try to get to that. And the timber on the trees underwater are all bushy, almost like that. So you're gonna have to drop down through a bunch of bushes to get to the fish. It's not gonna be an easy deal. It's gonna take some time for the lake to mature. I wasn't crazy about coming out here anyway, but I'm still not gonna skunk. There are a bunch of 9s and 9s and 8s. Hold on, let's see what this is. So this is, yeah, there are a bunch of, so that's him there. Got his mouth closed. Yeah, he's 9. And there are a bunch of 9s. I probably caught about 10 of these. But the keepers are, not as easy to find. Like I said, I still ain't gonna come out here and skunk. I'm here leaving Bois Lake or Bois the Park or whatever you want to call it. But it's Bois Lake. Man, I'm gonna tell you, y'all can have this lake. I told you this was not gonna be a crappie lake. This is a very, very, very bass lake. Talked to 4 people, nobody limited. Nobody even caught 12. Biggest guy was 11. I'm telling you, dude, it's a hard lake for crappie. It is not a crappie lake. But hey, to each his own. Let me turn this around. So I'm disappointed in my day. That's what I got right there. Oops. That's my 25. So I caught my 25, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't ever want to come back to this lake again as long as I live. Y'all can have this. It's definitely a bass lake. Oh yeah, and to the people that are in comments saying that they caught 80 fish the first day it opened or the second day it opened, show me a video. I caught cap. There is one guy who is a guide on Fork that's moving out there, and he seems like a legitimate guy. And he said that he had a guided trip and they caught like 30. Him being a guy for almost 30 years, I believe him. I do. I believe him. He was honest in everything that he said. So he didn't come in and be like, I caught 10 pounders and that. No. He said he caught a bunch of 2 pounds, 2 to 5 pound fish. I could see him catching 30 fish being a professional guide and jumping on that lake for the first time. But a lot of other people, I caught cap. Okay. All right. Even if you told me you caught 50 bass, let's see, it opened up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I fished it on the 5th day. I didn't even see that many fish. So be careful of what you listen to online. I like to show people what I'm talking about, okay? And I call cap. I think this is a push to sell real estate. I think it's gonna be a cool lake. I'm echoing myself, but this is just gimmicky, okay? It's gimmicky. If you've never been, I'm gonna tell you, save your gas money. Even if you're telling me I want a bass experience, I'm gonna go out there. Brother, it's way better bass lakes than this lake. Way better bass lakes. The only reason that it's off the chain right now, these fish have never seen lures. And the last thing that I'm going to say real quick, because I'm making little bitty, I forgot this and I forgot that. Last little bitty thing. I know it's a long video, but I'm trying to save you a trip, or go do it if you want to. If you think you're going to jump on this lake and you're going to have your electronics help you navigate around, no. Maybe you've never fished a new lake, because I've never fished a new lake before. This is the first time I ever fished a new lake to the state, okay? I have fished new lakes to me, but they're still on my Humminbird or my Garmin to where I can map out the lake and do my research. No, it's going to look like on your helm unit that you are driving on a dirt road and there is no water. There is no mapping for this lake. It just opened 5 days ago. So you are going to have to explore the lake on your own, okay? Do your research. So I'm telling you now, for me to jump on this lake having no help from Humminbird mapping or Garmin mapping, and to still be able to piece together a limit, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my win and I'm gone. I ain't ever going back, because a lot of people didn't. And if you're wondering why you don't see a lot of videos of people fishing the lake that's catching crappie and this, because they're not. Find another video of somebody showing you that they caught a limit of crappie on Lake Bodart outside of mine. Find one. That's your challenge. So if you think this guy's negative, he's a bunch of hot air, man, I want to be positive, but I don't like being lied to. This lake has a lot of hype on it. Okay? Just telling you. Again, what do I know? I'm not even a fisherman. I'm just a guy that chases dots. It amazes me at how much money is spent, and you think about the thought process put behind it and shake your head to say a child can say, if I'm gonna build a pond or a lake, I want to put timber in it and have the boundary making me be able to fish the timber or the structure inside of it. I don't want to flood the structure or timber inside the lake to where I can't reach the area to fish the habitat. Yeah, that makes as much sense as a person saying you're drinking dope and smoking beer. But hey, what do I know? I just got out, wasted my time, and went to fishing. And before you knock me, you're getting this from a guy who caught the state limit. I caught fish on the lake and telling you I don't like it. So what do I have to gain? I just want to save somebody time and gas to give them a true view. You guys enjoy yourself. But to me, this lake is hype.